Hello everyone, this is the Metaphysical Mikto Griffith Red, and the name of this video will be called the Self-Loathing Negro. In this video, I'm going to be talking about certain black YouTubers and speakers and things of that nature that actually lionize and actually champion a lot of the opinions of the racist demographic of whites. And I've always knew that these people have existed or whatever, but I don't know, sometimes, you just want to scratch your head. I'm like, what the hell is up with these people? And after, watching, and carefully watching them and observing them and everything, I kind of know why they feel the way they do. So the first person I'm going to talk about is Jesse Lee Peterson. And what is there not to say about this Sambo? There's a video done by, it's actually a two-part video done by Khalif Sarahazi. He's a YouTuber, and he actually deconstructs Jesse Lee Peterson's theory of whenever black people move in move into a neighborhood or a city or whatever, then they bring the property value down, or they destroy everywhere they go or whatnot, which is not the case, because you have black people in, tons of white neighborhoods, and them white neighborhoods are just as pristine as they were before black people moved in them. The issue I really have, and which really made me livid, is that, this Quimbo started up a White History Month. Yeah, look it up. Type, Google in Jesse Lee Peterson and White History Month. And, it really sickened me or whatever, because it seems like you have a lot of black people that have low self-esteem to sit up and champion and lionize, these so-called patriotic, far-right racist whites. I'm going to read to you a quote said by Jesse Lee Peterson when he was on the it's like the OAN network, the Tipping Point or whatever. Okay. And it says, and I'm going to just paraphrase this system, read this a little bit right here to you. It says, I started White History Month in July. White. This is our 4th year coming up, and we're celebrating white history. And what I've noticed, that in America, a country that was founded by white people and created by white people, one of the greatest countries on this side of heaven. And so white people invited all these allowed all this other stuff to happen, but you can celebrate everything but white history. We must remember white history, because if it wasn't for that, there would be no America. And so they got black history, women history, Mexican history, so-called gay pride. What's happy about being perverted? There's nothing good about that. Living in sin, right? And okay, so I guess bootlicking and kissing white ass, that's not a sin, Jesse Lee Peterson. But we celebrate, I don't, but they celebrate that. But when it comes to white history, they're afraid to even mention white history. But we got to bring that back, because that's who made America great. We got to show our appreciation, and not one Christian should be celebrating gay pride. They should be praying that these people repent and overcome the fallen state, return to the Father. God is not pleased in allowing that his children are allowing this to happen in a Christian country. It's not a secular country. It's a Christian country. So we got to bring Christianity back in love. First off, Jesse Lee Peterson, you jackass. This was not a Christian nation. It was a secular nation when the founding fathers created it. Look it up. And for you to make a statement like what I just read online shows that you are a crack baby boomer, bootlicking asshole simp who likes to kiss the white ass of racist whites. You are nothing more than white supremacy coming out of a black mouth with your potato head ass. It really boggles my mind, and it sickens me that we have people like this. See, Kitty Gackeray Jones, he talked about the trifecta a lot, which is the scraggle, the white nationalist, and the pro-black simp. I think it's 4 of them. You have to add in people like Jesse Lee Peterson and other black YouTubers who like to champion the rights of white racists. So instead of the trifecta, I like to call it the funky ass 4, or the funky 4. That's who they are. Now, I like to talk about another YouTuber. You know who he is. His name is Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. I have done videos about him in the past. I used to be a fan of his. I'll admit, when I first got a hold of him and started hearing about him back in 2013, I used to watch him all the time. He was hard hitting, and he called out the fuckery in the black community, the so-called black community or whatever. But then, as time went on, I noticed that, he allowed white nationalists on his show, and, he started allowing, racist, known white racist YouTubers to leave comments on his, on his comments page or whatever, and he would, heart those comments and everything. And I'm thinking, what the hell, man? That's just some shit you just don't do. Now, now with me, I'm like, like I said, I'm like, fuck this nigga community, but I make it sure in all my videos every now and then to let them know that don't get comfortable. If you're a white racist, don't get comfortable on my channel, because you're not welcome either. Now, my channel is mainly, I like to talk to black men, but my channel is mainly for everybody. As long as you come here with respect or whatever. Now, the issue I have with Tommy is that they made several videos of, there was this one video where he was talking about, I guess these black teens had attacked these white teens at this school. So he's saying, I guess the video is saying we should bring back Jim Crow. And, and then there was I talked about this in one of my earlier videos, older videos, where some black South African women or whatever were had assaulted some white lady, and then he's talking about, well, they should bring back apartheid over there. And I'm sitting up here just thinking, what the fuck, man? This is why I said the majority of black people want to be slaves. Do you know how many people would gladly go back under Jim Crow or even slavery? They would welcome it. Because see, being free and freedom, it requires effort. And black people are terrified of freedom. No, niggas are terrified of freedom. Upstanding black people, yeah, we want freedom. We know that we have to work for it. Per se. And another YouTuber, who's been here and everything. You probably know who he is. His name's Painless Risen. Now, Painless Risen has made some videos, claiming that black men that's in interracial relationships with white women, or there's something wrong with them, and if you find other races attractive, it's something mentally, you mentally deranged, and this guy thinks that that black men that are with white women are worshiping them, Becky worshipers and everything. And I mean, this guy was in an interracial relationship, and I believe his wife was probably a Pacific Islander or something like that or whatever. He got divorced, and I think he's living in Alabama right now or whatever. And I noticed that he actually, he's actually said that slavery was not that bad. He believes, and he stated that blacks were inferior or whatnot. He has a lot of the talking points that racist whites do. No. Black people are not inferior. This modern culture, that so-called black culture, now that's an inferior culture. That shit's inferior. That is this ghetto nigger ass culture. That's an inferior culture. So it makes you wonder, man, what do you expect us to do? It seems like it doesn't matter who it is. It's always, they always have something to say about black men who are dating, who decided they date outside their so-called race. And another thing I noticed too, and I'm seeing a pattern. The majority of the people who lionize racist whites, I noticed that the majority of them are baby boomers. They're losers in life. They're unattractive. And the majority of them, and don't take this the wrong way, my darker skinned subscribers, the majority of them I've seen have been dark skinned. I have to call it like it is. And there's another dark skinned, bug-eyed dude that allows known racist ass whites to say all kinds of racist shit on his channel, and he hearts the comments and everything. This is why I'm actually really leery and cautious around other YouTubers or black YouTubers who actually heart those types of comments. I avoid them type of people, and so should you. So I don't get what the hell was what's up with this painless prison guy. And I'm thinking, what, after watching his videos and Tommy and Jesse Lee Peterson and everything like that, I noticed the people, especially the ones that leave comments, and I've seen a lot of Painless's videos where they have niggas on there saying, well, I've gone to the gym and I see how black men be all up in white women's face, and white women don't be checking for them like that, and all this other bullshit, which is wrong, because I used to have a gym membership, and when I looked around, I didn't see no black men with their tongue hanging out chasing after no white girls. They came there to work out and they went home. And I just came to the conclusion with guys, all these black YouTubers especially, you got a large demographic or a large portion of black people that are just fucking miserable. That's what I think it boils down to. They're miserable and they have low self-esteem. Anytime you lionize and talking about you want to bring back Jim Crow and all this other bullshit, and then somebody leaving videos, talk about they want to bring back apartheid in South Africa or whatnot. That's why I said you're not going to liberate black people, because too many of them want to be slaves. And shout out to Tito. Tito, you were right. We should just go ahead and just have our fun, date whoever we want to, because to be honest with you, I've been reading that we are actually at the end of a 26,000 year cycle. So this age is ending anyway. In this new age that's coming, the shit that we had in like the 20th century, this shit is not welcome there. And I'm sorry that we're going to have to drag some people kicking and screaming into that new era. But y'all, society and humanity in general is going to have to let this color and skin and all this racist shit, they're going to have to let that shit go. Because in ancient times, you were not divided by skin color. You were divided by your nation, where you were from. Because you had white-skinned people up in the European countries slaughtering each other. Just like you have black people in Africa slaughtering each other before white people even came there. So it never was. That skin color and these racial classifications, they're colonizer terms. The ancient world didn't divide people up by facial features and skin color and everything like that. And you know that. So that's going to conclude this video. It's like I said, leave your comments and everything like that. But that's my opinion. Most people, the majority of them, I think, that lionize whites and everything like that are miserable motherfuckers. I mean, when you look at Jesse Lee Peterson, he sounds like an old ass slave when you hear him talk. He sounds stupid. Even though he's a reverend or whatever, he's not. I don't think he's as intelligent and bright as he leads people to be, as he makes people think he is. You know, and they call him, you know, you got the whites calling him Uncle Jesse. Thank you, Uncle Jesse. You know, I think he liked that with his old Uncle Remus ass. All right, thank you. This is the end of this video. Stay tuned for more.